Dynasty Radio, 1382.
We gotta bless this function before we get things jumping off. Invoking our ancestors and all the great loved ones we lost. Fill up my cup, yeah. Gonna pour out some liquor and call on the great ones for them to be with us. We got the spirit so high, it's a celebration. You got me feeling so nice when we pour libation. I go, I'm in. I go, I'm in. I'll call them out. Imhotep, call them out. Queen Top, call them out. Malcolm X, call them out. Say it with pride, with your force. That's my Ashe. Can I proceed? Open the way. The journey true. Ashe. Martin King. Ashe. Harriet Tubman. Ashe. And Drew Ali. Ashe. We respect your knowledge and we seek your wisdom. We invoke your presence to protect and guide. We got the spirit so high in this celebration. And you can feel those good vibes when we pour libation. Pour out a little liquor for the homies. We honor only the real G's, not phony. If you don't know the culture, you would think it was baloney. But I can feel the spirit vibrating all on me. Open the way to the spirit world. Then we communicate with the ones we love and take advice from the wise ones. And then I say I share, so let it be done. And you're the evolution of your lineage. All my ancestors live within me ever present. God has been created as the source of all our blessings. I let it be known, on me I don't walk alone. No, we really need your advice in this situation. We're gonna call on your light when we pour libation. We got the spirit so high, can you feel it? Can you feel those good vibes when we pour libation? I go, I'm in. I go, I'm in. I'll call them out. Imhotep, call them out. Queen Top, call them out. Malcolm X, call them out. Say it with pride, with your force. That's my Ashe. Can I proceed? Open the way. The journey true. Ashe. Martin King. Ashe. Harriet Tubman. Ashe. And Drew Ali. Ashe. Ashe.
Rosa Parks,
Ashe. Mamba. Ashe.
Queen Amina,
Ashe. Ashe.
Queen Ndinga,
Ashe. Michael Jackson. Ashe.
Bob Marley,
Ashe. Empty Trouble. Ashe.
Marcus Garvey,
Ashe. King Selassie. Ashe.
Peter Tosh,
Ashe. Ashe.
Kwame Nkrumah,
Ashe. Obasanjola. Ashe.
Stanley Kuti,
Ashe. Lester Luther. Ashe.
John Coltrane,
Ashe. Jimmy Young. Ashe. Ashe.
Bernard True,
Ashe. Sai Baba. Ashe. Ashe.
Akhenaten,
Ashe. Dr. Ando. Ashe. Ashe.
John Henrik Carter.
Ashe. 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 Ashe.
Dynasty Radio, 1382.
Everybody has a Facebook. Everybody, my mama has a Facebook. Your daddy has a Facebook. My auntie has a Facebook. My doggy has a Facebook. Your church advertise on Facebook. Y'all sell chicken flakes on Facebook. Your pictures up on Facebook. Looking fly, you know that ain't how you look on Facebook. Your life stories on Facebook. Your chicken grease on Facebook. Your graduation on Facebook. Just because you took the gown don't mean you graduated. Come on, everybody has a Facebook. 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 You know that ain't how you really look. Everybody has a Facebook. This lady had a baby on Facebook. This man got shot on Facebook. Somebody got saved on Facebook. Ain't mad at you if that's real good. Everybody has a Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook. Come on, man. You know you got a Facebook. This girl met her daddy on Facebook. He was trying to explain why he took so long. Daddy, you should have just called my phone. You just got a computer and now you want me to come home. on Facebook. I met a person on Facebook. You met a person on Facebook. I didn't really know him. It's just a friend suggestion, and I took it. I missed confirmed. So, you know, then I found out a stalker was on Facebook. And then they started stalking me on Facebook. Oh, Lord. This girl called me on Facebook. Okay, listen. Hey, everybody has a Facebook. I know everybody has a Facebook. If you got a computer, you have a Facebook. If you don't got a computer, you don't have a social life, because Facebook is the new social life. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Everybody has a Facebook. I ain't finished. Your wedding was on Facebook. Your status changed on Facebook. 3 weeks later, you was on Facebook. Then you were single again. Oh, God, really? Your girlfriend was on Facebook.
All right, myself, peace, and one love from Hotep and Haram. This is your girl, T. McKee, affectionately known as Empress T, welcoming you to Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. It is that time of the month. So glad that you are here joining us, and I'll be bringing in my sisters in a shortly, very short moment, Dr. Yaffa and Kenya Jones. But first, I want to give you a few, things to do after the show, and that is mosey on over to our website, dynastynetwork.net. That's dynastynetwork.net, and if you've already been over there, you've noticed that it is in the process of getting a facelift, a makeover, and so I think you all will love it better this time. It's more homely, it's more warm, and information is there, and you're able to get to all of the archives easy from their website, because I know when a lot of you try to go to Blog Talk and look for the archives, you can't find them because they're all over the place, and so what I'm doing is making sure that they're all together on the website so that you can get there and catch all of our shows much, much easier. All the archives are there, so check it out when you get a chance. DynastyNetwork.net is that website, and just know that we're having some changes made to some of the shows, so make sure you check it out over at that website, because the changes will be posted there, we're going to be making some changes to this show as well, so we'll talk about that as soon as I bring my sisters in here. But I just want to thank you all for coming and letting you know that this is a live call-in show tonight. So if you have anything you want to say when we open up the phone lines, you are more than welcome to join us. And let me give you that number for those of you who are in the chat room, 646-716-7572 is that number. And don't forget, you do have to press the number 1. Otherwise, we don't know that you want to talk to us, and then you're going to think we're ignoring you, and we're not ignoring you. So, again, thank you. And so throughout the conversation, hopefully I'll be able to drop in a couple of announcements. And but if I don't get to it, just make sure you follow us on dynastynetwork.net. Also, we're on Facebook, so if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can do so. We're under Dynasty Network. And I also want to invite you to join me on this Saturday for Life After Christianity 101. I do have a special guest coming on this Saturday, so make sure you tune in for that show. Okay, with all that being said, let me go ahead and grab my sisters up in here. I got to find everybody. Oh, okay. Let me grab KJ. Peace and love, my sister KJ. How are you?
I'm good. Peace and love, sis, and peace and love to the family.
Well, glad to hear your voice, my sister.
I know.
Let me go ahead and, I know it's like a whole month. It's like a whole month went by. These shows come up really fast, but you know how it is. Everybody's so busy that, time gets away from you. Let me go ahead and grab in Dr. Yaffa. Peace and love, Dr. Yaffa. Harambe.
Harambe, ladies. Tonight is Wednesday, April 29th, 2015. What's up, KJ?
Hey, sis, how you
that's
doing?
a voice I haven't heard in a while. I'm better. I'm probably about 99.5% recovered. I'm a lot better. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm happy you're recovering over there. Sound like you're almost there.
Thanks. What's up, Empress T? How you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. I'm ready to get it in. Y'all know me. I'm always got something going on, so I'm just trying to get it in. I got a couple of things I wanted to discuss, and then we're going to get off into what you're going to be bringing tonight for the people. But I do want to say that we are going to be taking a, what do you call it, a hiatus, if you will? Like we're going to be taking a break.
Sabbatical?
A break, a sabbatical. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. We'll be taking a sabbatical from Wake the Hell Up Wednesdays. So just so you all know that tonight will be our last show for right now. And if you want to find out when we're going to have more shows, again, I suggest that you connect with us on Facebook or go to our website every now and then and check it out, and then you'll find out about the next upcoming shows and things like that. But just know today is going to be our last night for right now. So I know. But, we got things to do. I got things to do. Dr. Yaffa got things to do. Sister KJ got things to do. And so we just got to get them done, okay? We can't just keep doing shows all day and then we can't get our work done. But anyway, there's lots of archives for you. If you just really get that jump for Wake the Hell Up Wednesday, you can go and just check out our archives and kind of go back and for all the shows that you've missed. Because we've had some awesome, wonderful shows over the past 3 years, y'all. We've been doing this for 3 years.
Yes.
And so, and we've never really taken a big break from Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. We did break it down. We used to come on every week, and then we broke it down to every month. And now we're just going to back up from it altogether for a little while. So don't y'all be sad or mad. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So anyway, that baby crying. She needs to be up here. Okay, why are you in here, y'all? Okay, she running from her mom. Y'all, talk real quick before I come back.
Okay. Peace, family. I know you guys have missed me, of course. I haven't been on for the past couple of shows. How you doing, Dr. Yaffa? It's good to hear your voice.
I'm a lot better. I'm almost 100%. Thank you for asking.
That's good.
I can't get in my Facebook page, so I can't remember how to log in to even let the listeners know, hey, I'm on air live tonight for the last time in quite a while. I'm not going to be doing any interviews for a while now, and I can't even log in and post it. Oh, well, what can I say? I'm trying to do it as we speak. Been trying all day, and it's like, yo, what the hell was my password, email? Can't recall.
Okay. I'm back, y'all. Grandmama's work is never done. So, anywho, I do have a topic that I wanted to bring up for us to discuss because I think it's very important. Well, to me it is, but I don't know about everybody else. But I was checking out this sister, Anita. I think her name is Anita Nahi. Hope I'm saying her last name right. It's Najiy is her last name, and she's 32 years. She's a 32-year veteran of at the I guess the police department. Did you all see where it's like they're going crazy all over the place because they want to get this sister fired off of her job. Now she has become the first black. I think she's the first woman, but I know for sure she's the first black. Assistant, so-called black assistant chief of police in Miami. And so her thing is that she does not salute the flag, the United States flag.
Oh, yeah.
She does not. You saw that? Yeah. She doesn't salute the flag. And so now people are like in an uproar talking about, oh, she's disrespecting America, and and we need to do something with her. We need to take her off her job, and she can't represent us, and all this other crazy stuff. They're trying to get this sister fired because, and then somebody actually went into one of the I guess ceremonies or whatever to witness her not saluting the United States flag. And then they posted on YouTube and it went viral. So you'll see her standing there and everybody is pledging allegiance to the flag. And she's just standing there at attention. She's not, doing anything, putting her hand over her heart or anything. She's just standing there facing the flag. And so they said that she is wrong for this. Now, I did a little research on it and found out that actually in their code of conduct or whatever kind of rules they got, she's actually following the rules. She's following the rules because the code of conduct says that when you are in uniform indoors, you have to stand at attention, remain silent, and face the flag. And that's what she does. Well, everybody's all pissy about it. Like, well, she ain't putting her hand over her heart. She ain't saluting the flag. She ain't right. She don't need to be having her job. She shouldn't be representing America. She's, discrediting America. And so I said something on Facebook, something in the nature of, well, actually, if she's disrespecting anything, it's the United States. She's not disrespecting America. I got that from my knowledge of that part from Dr. Yaffa. So she's not disrespecting America per se, but they're saying she's disrespecting America. But I was like, no, she ain't doing nothing to America. Her disrespect is towards U.S., if you want to call it disrespect, but she's actually following what the protocol is, and they don't like it. And they're asking for the department to reprimand her and fire her from her position. She's been doing this for 31, 32 years on the force. Now, there's this chick, Elizabeth, I think her name is Hazelbeck or something like that, and she's a host of Fox and Friends or whatever. She's suggesting, she did something on Monday suggesting that they have a right to know if she is a Muslim. They're trying to say since she's not saluting the flag, she must be a Muslim. This is so funny to me. They don't even know what the hell this lady they don't know what she represents. They don't know what kind of religion, if she has any. They don't have any idea, but they're just assuming because she's not saluting the flag that she is a Muslim woman.
That's interesting. I thought it was a known fact for her being a Muslim, the reason it was circulating around social media. Now that you're saying that it has not been confirmed, that's crazy.
That's what I read. Now, I don't know if there's, because I did a little research on it, but I don't know for 100,000%. But from what I saw, they were saying that they think she's a Muslim. And they're saying they have a right to know. Are you not saluting the flag because you a possible Muslim? Is that why you're not saluting the flag? Business. Exactly. It's not their business. But this is what they're trying to come at her at. And, it was just funny to me. But I'm telling you right now, this sister right here is proud of her. Go, Anita. I'm on Team Anita. Okay. It's like, go, Anita, because I love the fact that she is standing up for whatever she's standing up and she's not breaking any of their retarded laws. And they try to make her seem like she is. So, y'all can go ahead. Y'all won't have anything to say about that story, but I just want to bring that up because I'm proud of her. I don't care.
Yeah, I am too. It was interesting to see the whole uproar, and there was a lot of not people that wasn't melanin rich at all that had an issue with the whole her not saluting the flag. So that was an interesting one. Of course I knew it wasn't going to be, we don't be caring like that. That's that big of a deal to us. But yes, I'm standing in solidarity with the sister, with Anita. So I support her 150%.
Dr. Yaffa, you have anything to say about the story?
Now, you said she's law enforcement or she's military?
She's assistant chief police.
Chief of police. Okay,
yes.
So their issue is that she has a high-ranking power of rank and should be setting an example. That's probably what the problem is. You're the chief. It's not like it's an officer standing in the back somewhere. You're in the front, and everybody's looking at you, and what you do or don't do is going to impact on what the other officers feel they should or should not. So it's kind of a gray area because of the position and because of how she's looked up to. I wouldn't consider it respect or not respect. She may simply be one of those individuals that, I don't know if she's a religious, meaning Christian, Muslim, whatever, but she may feel like, I don't want to pray to a flag. I don't want to kneel to one. I don't want to put my hand over my heart to one. It's an inanimate object. It's against my religion or against my beliefs or against what I know. And as such, she definitely has the right to feel that way. But I can kind of comprehend everybody's, irate stance with her because of their beliefs. You have to remember, most of the people in this country have been deliberately dimmied and dummied down in the public fooling system. So all they know is this is what I was taught and this is what I know. They don't really know what they're supposed to know. They just know what they think they're supposed to know. So therefore, they don't necessarily know what her rights are, don't really know what the rules are and how she's following the rules. And it's not a matter of disrespect. It's a matter of what she feels she should or should not do when it comes to inanimate objects. Because a lot of people don't believe in, praying to, technically putting your hand over your heart to a flag is like praying to this goddamn inanimate object.
Mm-hmm.
So I fully comprehend where she's coming from. Unfortunately, to all the listeners' dismay, I also comprehend where everyone else is coming from because she's kind of like the teacher at the head of the class. You're not going to stand up here and do this and that. What is it they say? Do as I say, not as I do. That's kind of the position that she's in. I don't know that she should be fired about it, but she definitely has the right to not do it, and especially if she's in accordance with the rules. But I do comprehend everybody's irrational stance and hostility because of their whole belief about this flag and where your loyalties are. They don't know where her loyalties are. She may be very well loyal to America and the United States, but she may not have any loyalty to a piece of fabric. Simple as that.
Right. Yeah, and there's something very interesting that you said that really puts it all in a nutshell is that she is in front of everybody and she's setting an example. And I like that because I'm glad that if that's what she's doing, which she is, I'm glad that her example that she's setting is that, look, I'm following the rules, so I can do this because I am following the rules. I'm not doing anything wrong. Whether you all think I should be doing this or not, for your sake, the issue, I'm following the rules, so why do I have to abide by what you say just because of what you want to see with your own eyes? I'm, on the other hand, am following what the rules is. I have not broken any rules. I have not disrespected anything because if it was a disrespect, they would have put it in the code of conduct saying you got to put your hand over your heart when we are speaking this about this flag. So if she is being this teacher or the example, I think she is setting a wonderful example, and I'm glad that it's a sister that is standing up saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to follow y'all just because this is what y'all want to do. If I'm not required to do that, I am not going to do that which I am not required to do. So I'm glad that she is setting an example. That's why I'm proud of her because a lot of people, especially our people, but really a lot of people, are not going to have the guts or the galls or the balls to even stand up for whatever that they, what they want to do. Because she could have very well just followed everybody else and did what they did, but no. If the rule says I don't, for instance, I'm going to just go back to when I worked in a prison. In the prison system, it does not state, well, when I was working there, it did not state that the female officers could not pat down the male inmates because I worked in the male facility. I worked in both, but my main station was the male facility. We could pat them down, but when I first started working there, I was told, you can't touch the male inmates, it's against the law, all this other mess. But then I found out that wasn't true. So I started patting them down coming into the chow hall, and everybody went crazy. You can't be touching us. Especially the Muslims. They really went crazy. You can't touch us. You are a woman. You can't touch us. But I was following what the code said. The code said that I am, as an officer, not a female or a male, I, as an officer, have the right to pat them down if they're coming in, going out, or I'm suspecting them with something. I had that right, so I wasn't breaking any laws, but because people were set in their ways of how they've been doing things before I got there, I come along and wanted to follow the rule, and everybody was in an uproar about it. But, of course, I didn't get in trouble because it was written in the rule book. That's why I'm happy for the sister. I'm glad that, she's doing it, and I'm glad she's been an example for people, especially sisters. She's an example for me. I'm happy for her. I'm proud of her. So go ahead, Sister Anita.
Where is she? What law enforcement
Miami.
You said a minute ago. Miami.
Mhm. You know how they do down there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, she's in Miami Police Department. The MPD.
Speaking of law enforcement, when you were working with the Arizona jail, did you know? Because I didn't know, and I was absolutely stunned and flabbergasted. It's like all the inmates know, and I'm like, well, why doesn't the general public know? Did you know that all of that pink gear that they make everybody wear comes from Sheriff Arpaio's wife's company?
I didn't know where the stuff came from.
His wife's company handles all of that, and I think his brother or brother-in-law, some other relative, hands all the knickknacks and zam-zams and zoom-zooms or woom-wooms or whatever people call the junk food that people eat. Talk about a major conflict of interest. I'm like, do the people know about this? It's like it's a personal family operation. You knew that. Wow, I had no clue.
No. I didn't know about the fact that it came from her company. I didn't know about that. I just knew about all of the pink stuff that they have the inmates wearing.
Yeah, his wife's company makes all of that stuff. You know, it's all about enriching her and making her business wealthy, and the foods and the knickknacks are about making another relative wealthy. It's like, wow, people even know about this. You know, it just made me think about it when you said something about, you know, being a guard in the jails, and I know that was Arizona. Whatever. What's the name of this county? I forget. Whatever this county is.
I almost said Kane, but that's in Illinois, Maricopa.
Thank you, Maricopa County.
Yeah,
talk about serious conflict.
Well, the good thing about it is that that only happened in the county part of it, because at the prison system, they didn't, you know, the inmates that we were watching over didn't have to they didn't wear pink stuff. That was Joe, and you know, if you came into the county, then you had to wear all the stuff that Joe put out there, and that was the pink underwear, the pink socks, the pink handcuffs.
Make his wife rich.
Make his wife rich, and try to embarrass these
pink
men.
He
was trying to embarrass the men. Yeah,
well,
trying to make them not want to come back.
Not want to come back.
But it didn't work. It didn't work because they were coming back in droves. That did not even work.
It depends on what you're in there for. And then, too, a lot of people try very hard not to go into recidivism, meaning to reoffend. But the police have a tendency in a lot of areas, I don't know about Arizona, to just roll up on people. Hey, are you on probation or parole? Or you could be at the bus stop waiting on a bus, standing on a corner trying to cross the street, or dribbling a basketball across the court. Here they come. Are you on probation or parole? Well, hell, why is it your business? And the fact that they even have to have a contact with you at all or talk to you at all is considered grounds for rearrest. So I think it's really foul the way they set the people up. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have the right to walk up to me and just ask me, am I on probation or parole if I haven't done a goddamn thing? They need to change some legislation on that. That's just my opinion. But, you know, opinions are right behind.
It's set up like that. It's set up like that out here, too, as well as making the men to pay restitution, which they can't afford to pay. That gets them back in prison, too, because they get this big restitution pay, you know, $5,000, $10,000 to pay, and you got so long to start paying it, but if you don't have no job when you get out and you can't pay it, then you have to go back in and finish your time. So that's
another fast way. And they make sure you can't get a job.
Exactly. That's another fast way to get you back into the prison system. So it's all business, y'all. It's all about business. It's all about business.
It's all about bringing in these goddamn pieces of paper they call that are Federal Reserve notes, and everybody erroneously thinks it's money, and it's not money, and it sure the hell ain't lawful money. But, you know, it is what it is. Here in Maricopa County, it's so cold that as soon as you get arrested, before you've even gotten a chance to go before a judge, get convicted, found guilty of anything, this asshole in Maricopa County has the right to take your mugshot and post it up online.
Online,
just to show that you've been arrested. It's like, are you kidding me? Where do you get off putting everybody out there publicly for being arrested when they haven't even been found guilty of a goddamn thing? I think that's real foul. There's some real problems going on up in here, but go ahead on. I'm just piggybacking on what you're saying.
I do want to bring. I know you got something you want to bring too, but I want to bring up one more story.
Ain't no rush. No matter. Take your time.
Right, we got some time. I forget. I should have got the name. The brother that got killed. I think his last name was Gray. Is his last name Gray? I gotta look it up now.
They're killing brothers every day. Shit, which one?
KJ. No, I'm thinking KJ was on.
Assassinating my brothers.
She got the best memory because she remember everything. But I gotta look it up. But anyways, in Baltimore, they're doing that. They're having the protest about this brother getting killed in the police custody again. On the air about this brother getting killed in police custody. Well, anyway, there's a video out right now. There's a video out right now with the mother going down to protest and beating on her son for being at the protest. And I just thought that, I don't know if everybody's seen that. If not, it's viral right now, so you can see it. But they're coining her as the Mother of the Year for doing this. And I got mixed feelings about it. I really got mixed feelings about it. I'm going to look up who I'm talking about because I don't have his name in front of me because it just came to me. But I do have mixed feelings about it because I was thinking that, I understand where she's coming from, where she doesn't want her son to get in trouble or to get involved in anything like, riots or something like that. But my thing is this: if you don't want your these days, these kids don't know what to do. They don't know what they're supposed to do about all of this police brutality. They don't know what to do. They're trying to handle it the way they think they should handle it. So my thing is, if you don't want your child to be involved in a protest or anything like that when it comes to the nature of this situation, then you need to give him a solution. A lot of times we want to talk down to them or critique what they're out there doing, but we don't have any solutions for them. And I just think that the way she handled it, I would have handled it that way, but that's her son, so I can't really tell her how to do her child. But I'm just saying I wouldn't have went out there in front of everybody and beat him down in front of everybody and then have them, record it. Everybody got their cell phones out recording this situation, and then on top of that, now it's all over, it's viral. Everybody's seeing it. It's all on the news everywhere while this young man is getting his head beat down by his mama because he's at this protest. So my whole situation. I'm sorry?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
Yeah, no, he's a teenager. I don't know how old he is. That's why I said I got to pull it up. I thought maybe KJ can grab it, but maybe she's not at the computer. But I don't know how old he was, but he looked like he's very young. And I know she has 6 children. She got 6 children. And he was out there, and she said she recognized him because he had a hoodie on and his pants were baggy. She recognized her son. Yeah, so I just
think a lot of brothers have hoodies on. Did they bring charges against her for child abuse? They're the first people to arrest somebody for hitting their child, when you're trying to keep them safe. Now, if people feel like she was out of control, this was done publicly. Where was law enforcement on the whole child abuse, ma'am? Child abuse. We can arrest you for because child raper services is quick to run into your household wanting to run off with your children because you hit them on the butt or something, and it's like, oh, my mama whooped me, and here they come thinking they have the right to take you based on somebody calling and making a false report. It could not even be true. Anybody can call and report you for doing something that you may or may not have done. This is something that they saw being done. Where the hell were they then? I'm just saying. Don't be two-faced with your shit. Either be all about it or don't be about it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Talk a little bit more. I'm gonna look this story up to see exactly how old the child was and things like that. But even with the video, I just thought that, as me personally, I would handle it differently. But I can't say that I don't know her or her son or the whole situation. But from what is being said, I just personally would have handled it different. I mean, he wasn't out there shooting nobody or doing a gang fight or anything like that. I just think that it was a different way to handle it, but that's just me. That's just me personally. So, but you can go ahead.
I thought when you first mentioned it, I thought it was about this cat, that Antoinette had sent. I believe it was Antoinette, or it could have been my ex-sheriff deputy buddy out here. One of them had sent me some kind of update about some brother that has to sue the system because, and I don't know what caused this to happen. It's like, damn, did he get gang sodomized or what? But dude's anus was, his intestines and colon and shit was hanging out his ass. Excuse my language.
Oh.
While he's in the goddamn jail, and he mentioned it to a doctor, a few different law enforcement officers, and they let him lay up in there for a few days without any goddamn medical help, without sending him to a damn hospital to have his goddamn intestines pushed back up in his ass and reconnected inside his body. It's like, Jesus, he's laying there in fecal matter and blood, and they just let him lay there for days. This incarceration, injustice system out here needs to be freaking revamped and revitalized. And I don't know, I seriously doubt that private interests are going to do better, because all they are about is, capitalize, screw the inmates. It was almost better under the system, so-called government. I don't know what needs to be done, but something is real wrong with the whole injustice system and the whole law enforcement and the militarization of law enforcement. Things are getting out of control to a point, to a fault, and it's going to wind up turning around and biting a whole lot of people in the ass. If they think this is only about our people, they would want to think again. They would want to think again. They're going to get the reality check one day of, you thought we cared about you? Nobody cared about you. We just made you think you were special so you could keep your foot on the neck of these aborigines up in here. Now that we're strategically positioned, we don't need you either. What's going to wind up happening here? And it's really unfortunate, but everybody can wind up in real trouble here if folks don't wake up and take a look at the horrible things going on. I mean, this the whole Guantanamo Bay scenario and the horrible things that they do to inmates there is not okay. And people think, it's foreigners. You better think again. Shit, if they can do that to people that are from another country, overseas or wherever, to foreigners, and they have no jurisdiction, okay? You're not a part. If you're from overseas somewhere, you are not, they don't have a birth certificate in this country on you, or, you haven't pledged any allegiance to these flags over here, and whatever the case may be, you're in a different country, different jurisdiction, under a different government with different set of rules that may or may not be, comparative to the rules over here and the regulations over here. But if they can reach overseas and drag your butt over here, or bring you here and throw you in Guantanamo Bay without bringing you into like an international court or a world court and trying to see where we meet up on the treaties or whatever, you better think again about what they can do to you, and they think you're their personal private property.
Right.
They can reach into another country or somebody that's a citizen of another country or a subject of another country. Imagine what they have the right to do to you, and they think you're a U.S. citizen, subject, property, capital, human resource that they own. And I don't care what you think you look like.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. When they went and reached into whatever that cat's name was, when that 9/11, they went after that whole family, I forget the name of the family, locked down all his finances. I'm like, and people were like happy about that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If they can shut down this guy's finances and bank accounts, and he isn't even a subject, he's from another country and right now in another country, you better think about what they can do to your account, and you're here. To me, people they look at things the wrong way. Everybody, the first thing they see is foreigner, the second thing they see is color, or maybe it's the other way around. Either way, people better wake up and smell the roses and see what's going on for real, with an unjaded, unbiased perspective. They better start looking where they can really see what they're looking at with all of their senses open with a thinking cap on. So I'm just rambling to give you some time to look for what you're looking for.
His name was Freddie Gray. I was trying to find out the brother that had died. And this happened on April the 19th.
And they killed him. And they're assassinating brothers every day. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they're talking about that by the time he arrived, he got arrested in West Baltimore, on the 12th. He was struggling to walk when they arrested him. according to this article. And by the time he arrived at the police station a half hour later, he was unable to breathe or talk, suffering from wounds that would kill him. Then it says this young man died on Sunday from spinal injuries. Now they're investigating. Yeah, they're investigating how he was 25, and they're investigating how he got hurt. And so that's what they were out there doing. They were out there protesting or getting ready to protest. They're saying protesting and rioting. They were staying outside. There wasn't no rioting going on from what I saw. I don't know what happened behind past the camera, but from what I saw, I didn't see any riots, and they were all just standing out there. And she went up there and walked up to him, and actually, whatever she said to him, and got to smacking him across his head and all this other stuff, and he trying to get away, and she's chasing after him and telling him to come back here and cussing him out, and it was just really an ugly scene. But again, everybody has different ways to handle their children, so I'm not saying how somebody should handle their children. All I'm saying is, as the generation that's supposed to be teaching this next generation, we're going to come to them and say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, but we don't have a solution for them. And I don't think that's fair. I just don't think that's fair, that we tell them, don't do this, don't do that, but we don't give them another way to think about something different. And like I said, they've been coining her Mother of the Year, and she's like, I'm not,
no,
I told him he's not going to be. That's what they coined her as, sis. They got her all over the internet, and, she's telling him, there's other ways to handle this. You're not going to handle it that way. You're not going to be out there rioting and protesting and all this other stuff. But again, do you have a solution for him? Because, these young brothers and sisters are tired of their peers getting beat down, shot down, killed, and no justice is being done. So what can you tell him besides beat him upside the head and tell him don't come out here and riot or protest? So that's all. That's my only thing that I think that, if she's going to stop him from going out there, at least give him some solutions. So another way he can think about to do something different than to be out there. But I think it was just embarrassing to the young man, and I don't know. I know I would have been embarrassed if it was me. When I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing and I'm out here, you tell me I'm not, and you beat me down in front of the whole world. I don't know.
Whole world. I had seen on someone was stating that had that been him going to war to fight in the U.S. military for a position or a war he don't even comprehend, and what he's doing is standing out there protesting or doing whatever in solidarity with other people that's protesting for a cause that he is fully aware of. His brothers being killed that just look like him every day, look just like him every day. So it's setting a tone to me that a lot of people in his family and friends and stuff are commending him for going to fight a war for this country. They're fighting on the front lines to fight against the injustice of his people, and his mama beating him like a dog in front of everybody else. It was the sickest thing I ever seen. Like, there is nothing worse than public humiliation. That brother gonna be forever the one who was getting beat on national TV for standing up for something that's right that he should stand up for. He gonna go down in history as getting beat by his mama, the person that's supposed to love him and support him.
Well, this is one of the reasons, unfortunately, I hate to say this because I know I'm pissing a bunch of sisters off. This is one of the reasons why so many brothers have problems with their mothers. No lie. All of our brothers do not even like their mothers at all. Don't even want to talk to their moms. My son don't want to talk to me, okay, unless he wants some damn money. So, and Prestige, fortunately, doesn't have that problem with hers, but the fact of the matter is, this woman, if she was beating the young man in the head, she could have caused a concussion. She could have made him trip and fall and hit his head on a fire hydrant. She could have killed him out there as an incident, almost like an abusive man beating on his wife and then slapping her upside the head, and then she falls back and hits her head on the corner of a table, and now she's dead. Well, I didn't mean it. Well, you shouldn't have put your hands on her. As soon as you put your hands on somebody, you run the risk of killing them. Seriously.
Right.
You just never know. You don't know. What if he had an aneurysm or something? She doesn't know. I don't know, sis. It's unfortunate, but You know.
Yeah.
This is why a lot of brothers don't like their mamas, don't like sisters,
yeah,
and a whole lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah, and they got a hatred for black women because of the stuff that their mom has done. And it's really saddening. It's really saddening to see that and now the whole spotlight is off of what's happening as far as the injustice in Baltimore. Now it's all on her for beating her son. She's a hero. Now she's a hero. And so I just don't even understand it. I don't comprehend how people think it's okay. And a lot of them is Christians. You know, like I see a lot of like the people that I've seen commending her was like these diehard Christians. And they ain't got it together. All the time. But, you know, like, are you kidding? Right. And my sister was telling me that she heard, I haven't confirmed this yet, but I'll try to confirm it, you know, while we're doing the show, that he wasn't even he was like 20 or something. He wasn't even like, he wasn't like this young 13, 14, 15-year-old boy. He was like 20 years old, and of course he's not going to hit his mama back. Of course you know what I'm saying? Like, of course he was trying to get away from her, and she was really like going at him. Where was his dad? Where is his father in this? Like, you know,
she was a single mom of 6. She was a single mom of 6, so he wasn't.
Single mom of 6. Wow.
Well, it's unfortunate, but, you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, law enforcement there is probably definitely not on no brother's side at this point. But if he had known the magic words, he could have had his mother arrested. You know, everybody got this, and I'll never say I'm on air. Never. I'm not going to do it. But there are some magic words that anybody can use, and the police have no choice but to take the person to jail. No choice. There's nothing we can do about it. Sorry, we got to arrest you. So, I don't know. There's somebody trying to get in on this topic of conversation right here. And they're sending me a text for you guys to let them in. But what were you saying, sis?
Okay, well, tell them hang on. We're going to let them in when we get to them. Hang on. I was going to say that this sister, I mean, this is taking her to fame because she's on all the talk shows. She's on different talk shows, and I mean, you know,
she's like an asshole.
Yeah, she doing her thing, and you know, she talking about her pastor gonna kill her for you know, I guess for doing that. I don't know why she said her pastor gonna kill her. But that ain't even looking good. That ain't even looking good for the Christian community. When you got your, you know,
they're the worst.
You're supposed to took it to the Lord. I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe fair to rise for the child.
Well, I was gonna say, and that whole messed up, the whole thing that's really, really messed up about the situation is that that she's being looked at as a hero. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. They said she the. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading something in the chat room. They said she's the mother of the year. I don't know.
If she's a mother of the year, then we're in trouble.
I wonder who coined her that.
Children are in trouble.
I wonder who coined her that.
Throw in the trash, please.
I don't know who's trying to get in, but I'm going to take one call.
That's a 510. Come here.
I don't see a 510.
Okay, never mind.
I don't see a 510. If I mean, you don't have your hand up, I don't see it. You have to press number 1 if you want to say something, because I don't see it. But I do see a 314. So area code 314. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Yes, this is Sayed. I'm in Chicago. Peace and love.
Hi.
Harambe.
Hey, I just want to extend on what you guys was talking about. Yeah, and all this is pretty much is to emasculate the man. First off, I'm not making this a gender fight or anything like that. They have to do that first, section to provide them the problem solver first, in order to get that woman, like she exemplifies herself on television, or making herself look like an idiot. So that they have to use that symbol of the mother son or the my son to do the ritual to manifest that that's the way you're supposed to do in society. So people are going to try to emulate that. These are symbolisms that they do because the real person is the hieroglyphic. So these are the symbols now. You don't have to just use the cross and all these other things. The person in its activity is the symbol itself. And it's synthesized in the minds of the dumbed down, like you say, Yaffa, and these people begin to emulate and it causes the chaos within that you're in the everyday war as we speak. They talk about World War I, II, III. We are already in 10. We're going through it every day, simultaneously, 360, all 24/7. So it's not no thing that's coming when they come in with the like what they call the martial law and all that. That's at the end of the process. Right now, the martial law is Christians and the Muslims and all these different factions that has not proven to what they talked about or their guys have gotten to their desire. And that age of that bullshit is fading away, and they're trying to kick it into the next age, but it's not going to make it. And I thank you guys for the 3 years that y'all been giving the information. We should shut down for a minute and apply a lot of this information that we talked about 3 years and from other people and manifest this shit and come to community anyway. And our first war is going to be against those people who lack the knowledge and who do not want to use the knowledge. That's the war we're going to be fighting. It ain't going to be no European or government.
You got that right.
The individual. It ain't the police, the government. It's the person that puts on the uniform. Do you understand? It's an individual thing. It's the you.
That's real talk.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I say.
Every cop is not like that. You get what I'm saying?
That's true too.
If they don't open their eyes and see what they know that they see, because everybody's seeing what the fuck's going on. They playing the game because they have a self-interest. Do you understand? So all this shit is making us see ourselves at this point. It's making us do research. It's making us do research on the cities, do all this happening across the country. And then we finding out the history of Baltimore, the history of Ferguson, the history of New York, the history of this, and all these. Now we're getting educated, even though we don't even want to get educated. We get educated because we're in the age of knowing now. We're going to find out this cause whether we want to or not. You understand? So, this is what the Christians call the left behind or the rapture. And the ones that don't get it, they already get. We passed that 2012 shit. We here. We there. It's a mind thing.
Rapture.
So look at it as we made it. We're the threshold to the next foundation that is laid for the next new age. Because all that old bullshit has moved away. All those old names everybody talks about, that's gone away. Those people have their names and vibrations, and we have to bring a new vibration because we're a God and we make a new God because we're a man, and man is God. Man written those books.
That's also true. That's what people don't know. Originally, when they were talking about jobs, it was somebody, usually somebody's parent or some ruler or some head of a little community or whatever. People just, it's also lost on the people.
You have to get blamed with these people. Because we try to be respectful, but at the same time, we're going to have to do a calm boldness with them at the same time. Because when they say stuff like that, you have to flat out tell them, look, if God can write a book and sit it down and do it like that, why the fuck he ain't doing shit around all these people getting killed? That makes no sense. So let's stop playing. Because your God ain't doing shit and all this chaos going on around here.
Actually, that's not quite the problem as much as our people keep calling the wrong God. It's like, it ain't that your so-called God isn't doing anything. You're not calling yours. You're calling on the God of your darn enemy.
Correct. But however,
but you got a point
it's to challenge them at the apex of what they say, what they God can do. It's like any Christian mother. Oh, my God can do this. Okay. Why your God allowing the diseases go through your family, people getting their legs cut off and getting this and that and high blood? Why is that happening? All y'all pray 24/7. You pray east, you pray west, you pray up and down. What's going on?
Praying doesn't work.
Exactly.
Praying needs to beg. Begging doesn't work.
Exactly.
That's what the word means. Pray means to beg. That never worked. Ain't going to start now. Now, asking can work. A lot of people don't ask. They're begging. And then they don't ask right because they don't know the right words because they don't know English. but that's a valid point. We appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, just tell them. I figure the formula is this: just tell them exactly who they are and what it is. Like you said, Christian means cretin, which means stupid, ignorant, dumb, person capable of learning. So if that's so, that's what's coming out of my mouth when they acknowledge that title to themselves, which they are not. That's a title that they woke up to and somebody gave it to them. They took on that corporation title. And they don't know how to use the title in its proper
Funny that we don't wind up in the Bible here, sis.
Exactly. You know,
I know.
People that can't read.
That kind of almost leads to where I was going to go. Is there anything else you want to add? Because I got to piggyback on that and run with that. What are you going to say, sis?
Yes. Now,
Unless there's some other news topic.
Well, but we got 510 pop your hand up. So you want to do your thing now, or you want to take these calls?
No. Bring her in so we don't. Bring her in. Is there anything else you want to add, brother? We do appreciate you sharing.
I just want to thank you. You women have been beautiful. You spoke eloquently on the subjects and the topics, and I'm glad you didn't have that ratchet attitude about the situation, about what that woman did. You saw it for what it is. You guys got manganese in you. You understand? You have that empathy and sympathy that a mother supposed to have connect with a child or a neighborhood and community. You understand?
Yes.
So I thank you for that.
Yeah,
well, we appreciate you. And I was gonna say if you ain't doing nothing on Saturday, I know it ain't, but if you're not doing anything on Saturday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard, call into the show, because this is the stuff that we talk about on Life After Christianity. So if you ain't got nothing to do, call in.
I'm supposed to be on I'm supposed to be on the Yusuf L show tomorrow on Natural Love to speak on these major topics, to get to the core cause of this, to make these Christians and all these people in these other religions to understand that shit got to stop. Hey, we got to grow up.
All these religions are a mess.
Our people are getting killed, and people still trying to validate
their goddamn assassinated. Kill is an easy word. Call it what it is. Assassination. They are being assassinated. Do not let them get away with calling it kill. Do not let them get away with calling it murder. You are assassinating and exterminating the Aboriginal indigenous people that your people found here. Whether they know they're Aborigines or not ain't the issue. You know they are, and you're trying to wipe them out, and you're supposed to preserve and protect them, according to Resolution 331. But go ahead. I didn't mean to knock you off your
No, you're right. You're right. No, I'm supposed to be on the Yusuf L show talking about the cause of this so we can get to it. And I'm just going to talk about the specific subject matters that we have to identify and emphasize greatly so we can turn and pivot this for real. Because it's simple. We just keep running away from it because of all the other distractions. And it starts with, and I have to say, it starts with the contract at this point of time. Do you understand? We have to look at the time zone that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Because we deal with the past a lot and all that, but we have to deal with the now, the present, and how we fix in there. And you only can deal with the result within that time. You only can deal with the now. The past is the template how to deal with the now.
Right. That's good right there.
It'll be on 12 o'clock tomorrow, so, just trying to I'm just trying to get...
Wait, baby. 12 o'clock whose time, brother?
Different time zone. It's on Yusuf L, so 12 o'clock Central. It'll be 12 o'clock Central. Because he's at the top.
12, so that's 10 Mountain and Pacific, 12 Central, and 1 Eastern.
Okay, Yusuf L show for people because some people are going to be sitting out there going, who? What? Where? Yusuf L is spelled Y like yellow, U-S like Seattle, F like Frank, separate word E-L. Yusuf L is a spelling variation on the word Joseph. And the name of the show is either High Frequency Radio or Higher Frequency Radio on Blog Talk. So if you Google search Higher Frequency Radio Yusuf L or High Frequency Radio Yusuf L, it should take you to the channel, and then you can go to upcoming shows or something like that and find the link.
Yeah. You can call in. The number is you can call in. The number is 424-222-5250. Oh, that'll be
Repeat that number one more time for the people that are like, yo, brother, let me get a pen. Say it one more again.
Okay. 424-222-5250. 5250.
Okay, you guys couldn't find a pen, put it in your phone, put it in a notepad on your computer screen or something like type it in an email real quick and mail it to yourself, something to that effect. If you're on,
well, I most definitely agree. You guys call Saturday and check in on that. Yeah, man, I'm ready to challenge every Christian where they at. It's very easy. It's simple at this time. We got to challenge them where they at, and you got power. Read any Christian out there. Read John 14:12. It says you will have greater power than Jesus. Ain't none of you motherfuckers out there got it. Just stop playing.
If you believe in him, he himself said that. You can do anything that I can do. Didn't I say
it's time to challenge them. It's time to challenge them, the power that they say they possess. That's what he's doing. It's very simple. Everybody. I don't care what religion, where the power at. Show me the power.
No power. All power starts inside you. You live, move, and have your being in the power. You are the power, one with
Correct.
it. You are one with the omniversal forces. And you can be more with it based on what you do or less with it based on what you don't do. So mostly based on how you think. And you think in words, unfortunately, and for most of us, it's English words at that. So thank you so much for the call. We do appreciate it, but we need to move along and bring in this other caller.
Yeah, I appreciate you, too.
Thank you, King.
All right, sweetie. Thank you for sharing, Nas. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Harambe.
Let's work together. Let's come together.
Okay, my family, those of you who are joining us an hour late, this is Wake the Hell Wednesday with your girl, T. Matia Zarai, affectionately known as Empress T. You're also listening to Dr. Yaffa Bay and my sister over there, Kenya Jones, a.k.a. KJ. We are on the line tonight, and as I said in the beginning of the show, for those of you who missed it, that we are taking a sabbatical after tonight, so you won't be seeing us next month. You will not be hearing our voices on this show. And so just go over to dynastynetwork.net if you want to find out about any other upcoming shows or any shows that we have going on right now. You can go over to the website and find it out. And, just keep up with us. Or find us on Facebook. We're on Facebook under Dynasty Network. And I want to do, before we take any more calls, I'm going to go to 510 in a second, but let me do this real quick, is to do a quick commercial and tell you, because I do got to give a commercial for myself. But if you are someone who wants to write a book, then please visit me on IG as in girl, P as in Paul, house.com. That's IGPhouse.com, and we have some good deals going on right now to get your book published. We've been doing this since 2007, so we're not new at this. We're true to this. So check us out if you want to write a book. Again, that's IGPhouse.com for all of your publishing needs are found there on their website. Okay. All right, so that's my quick commercial. And we're going to go ahead and take in this caller at 510, area code 510. Where are you calling from and your first name?
Hi, I'm calling from Oakland, California, and this is Sister Nzinga.
Hi, Sister Nzinga. That's the sister for y'all that know. She's the one that did the show with us on Shut the Fuck Up, because black people invented everything important.
Yes.
That was Nzinga. Go ahead, sister.
Greetings.
Y'all missed to go back and catch it in the archives.
And so I just want to, first of all, say thank you, sisters, for all the power and energy that y'all put out into the universe. It's well appreciated. And Dr. Yaffa, I'd like to say to you, I know you're going on a sabbatical. Thank you for having a clean heart and being an upstanding woman. I appreciate that for you. I've learned a lot from you over the years that's affected my life daily. I've been upgraded. So thank you. This is hard for me to say, but I got to say this. I have 6 children. I have 4 sons. My oldest son is 38. My youngest one is 24. I've had all kind of scenarios over the years. So I can see the sister seeing her child and getting terrified in that moment. It's like, oh, my God, this is my son out here. And then just, snatching his little ass up and doing what we do. They criticize us for that, but that's what has gotten us through the years. That's how Harriet Tubman did what she did. And so I can see her being terrified. And my position has been over time is, okay, I'd rather beat you than have the police. I'd rather beat you, slap you upside the head with my hand, and I'm going to hurt myself in the process, than have somebody else that don't even know you beat you down like a dog with a stick in the street in front of the public. No love. Okay, now, what if the brick had landed on the police? That little boy would never got out of jail. I'd rather take an ass whipping from my mama in public for 5 minutes than to spend the rest of my life in jail. Okay, the next thing, I don't know if he's the oldest child. He might be the role model for that family. If they see their brother out there,
or the only child. If they see that brother out there, go ahead.
Yeah, they might follow in his footsteps. I'm not saying they will. I'm not saying they won't. Then the next thing, if he would have been successful at throwing that brick, if it would have landed, the first thing America would have said is, "Who's his mama? Why didn't she stop him? How did she raise him? All that shit would have landed on her lap. All the financial, all the emotional pain over the years would have landed right in her lap. And nobody would have felt it but her. She would have been the one crying on her pillowcase at night by herself. Okay, the next thing. If he would have been successful, he would have been just signing up for slavery. Because we all know that the prison population has been privatized. So he would have just been, another little machine, kicking out shit. And the last thing I want to say is, this is next to the last thing I want to say. As an elder, I'm supposed to talk to the youth, teach them the way to go. If somebody talks to these children and get them the answers that they're looking for, they will not use their physical energy. They will use their spiritual energy. I'm telling you.
That's what everybody started out by saying.
It's like we celebrate what we finna celebrate. Mother's Day, we just celebrated. Easter, like the brother said, on Thanksgiving, don't buy no chicken, no turkey, buy a duck. We can put them right in their balls in their economic system. And that's where it hurts, because the brother was just saying on the tape today, our economic power, the economic is the first step of survival. And we weaken that. And one more thing, and I'm gone. Dick Gregory has this video out on YouTube that says that maybe this stuff is staged. Maybe it's a plot. Because the last set of parents that they had big-ass smiles on their face. I'm not going to be smiling if my son just got killed. If he got his neck broke, I'm just saying, why they smiling? And then the one that had on the shirt that was running from the police, Dick Gregory said, first of all, they hit him in the back 4 times. I watched the thing. His body didn't jerk from being shot. And then when he fell down, there wasn't no pool of blood. So I'm just saying, I don't know. The police ended up at my door this morning. I saw them big-ass tanks this morning, 5 o'clock, boom, 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 in front of my house, a helicopter over my head. I looked out the door, the SWAT team out there, 30 people in them green suits and fatigues. I look out the door, they got guns pointed in my face. I'm like, whoa, what'd I do? I jump on the floor. I scoop back in, like this. Yeah,
they knocked on your door. You just heard the noise and looked out, or they were at your door.
Just outside my door. It was a shooting last night, and for some reason, undercover police went to check it out, and these fools, 3 people shot at the undercover police.
About 10 blocks from my house.
They had a high-speed chase. They arrested them. They crashed. And then the third one, they didn't catch him. He over here on the roof by my house running from them, and he just landed in my front door. And, they got him, and I'm thinking it's a brother because he got on his hood. They make him take his hood off And he got pink skin. I'm like, wow.
I done told people a lot of these people doing this stuff is not us. We get set up a lot. Our brothers take a lot of heat for things they have not a god darn thing to do with. So I understand your position as a mother. I'm a mother with a young male. And I don't know how I would respond, but I would really hope that I wouldn't go out in the street and embarrass him. But then again, I would hope that my son has heard enough from me to not have his ass out there in the first place, because marching and protesting and making a bunch of noise doesn't work. It wears out shoes. It wastes your time. There are more efficient ways to deal with this, and we shouldn't get emotionally wrapped up and caught up in half of these dramas and scenarios that they're playing out, hoping that we fall for it anyway. We need to stop giving people the reactions that they expect from us.
Yeah.
Our children shouldn't be out there.
They sit back in their think tanks and plot on us, and we execute
and we keep
their
falling
mission.
for it. Absolutely. Yeah. We keep falling for it, and we should not. That's why I was talking for so long, to get my people to see things differently and to think differently. Don't get all into their hype.
You did a big job, breast up. I know you did a lot of talking, but I'm telling you, you affected a lot of lives. I see people in my immediate life who have changed the words that they're used. They don't call themselves black no more. They call themselves melanin rich. Just the small things. Just, from my children to, just people in the community. So I honor you, sister. And, you just, gem. You are a rare gem. You're not a rare gem because we're all gems, but I just appreciate the energy you put in the universe, and I'm signing out. Thank y'all for letting me.
Before you sign out, give the people your store. This sister makes purses, hats, vests, clothes, shoes, boots. No joke. Pots, clay, glasses, dishes. Jewelry.
Yeah. Every day is like. Every day is like.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Every day is like a celebration of life for me because I just wake up with joy and wonderment. It's like, okay, what am I going to make today? And it's all coming from within me. And it's just healing, the sadness and oppression that goes on. That's where I find my joy. So it's my therapy.
She even teaches the children and the adults in the community at no charge. Sometimes she pays them to learn what she knows and help her get her merchandise out.
It's such a
She don't pay them no chicken scratch either. This is to pay $12 an hour to train you. Okay?
Wow.
That's Oakland, California. But go ahead. She teaches you for free and gives you $12 an hour to help her out. So I think that's worth a mention for those in Oakland, California. And she does that for the youth and the adults. A lot of people, she sets it up, puts flyers up. A lot of our people won't even come and learn the stuff.
Wow.
I think it's because they don't really know about you. I think if more people knew, they would.
Yeah, once I get settled more, it'll all come into play.
Right.
What's the name of your store on Etsy? At Etsy.com, ETSY.com?
Yeah, Etsy.com, Empress Line Designs.
That's EMPRESSLINEDESIGNS, right? Or is there a Z in design?
No Z. Or if you put in Nzinga Bay. Yeah, if you put in Nzinga Bay, that'll pop up too. Right now, is not anything up there. I'm in the process of posting some stuff up there tomorrow. Got some beautiful designs. I'm really perfecting them, studying hard. And
I have some fabulous boots and bags and, pots and cookware from this sister. I love the shoes. She's my inspiration. She knows how to build. She knows how to build structures too. She could build a house if she had to. That sister there can build anything with wood. No shit, and Nzinga is no joke. Okay.
Thank you.
But go ahead. You're welcome. Thank you for calling in and sharing your position as a mother.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know it was different.
The mother that went off. We appreciate
Thank you for
success.
accepting. I know it was different, and I had to be courageous to do it, but thank you for allowing me.
We don't agree, but we understand.
Right. I appreciate for you let me have that little space and time and listening to me. All right, peace.
Yes.
Peace and harambe.
Harambe. Peace. I found an article because somebody told me that he was like 20, but the article I'm reading says that he is 16. It says that it's not surprising. Can I read the article? I'm not going to read it in full. Okay, it's not surprising that a black mother in Baltimore who chased down, cursed, and beat her 16-year-old son in the middle of a riot has been called a hero. In this country, when black mothers fulfill stereotypes of mammies angry and starting resistance to the system designed to kill their children, they're praised. He gave me eye contact, Graham told CBS News. At that point, not even thinking about the cameras or anything like that, that's my only son. And at the end of the day, I don't want him to be a Freddie Gray. Is he perfect? A perfect boy? No, he's not, but he's mine. In other words, Graham's message to America is, I will teach my son not to resist white supremacy so that he can live. The kind of violence and discipline Graham unleashed on her son did not originate with just her, or the adoptive mother who could beat me when I was a child, or with the legions of black parents who equate pain with protection and love. The beatings originated with white supremacy, a history of cultural and physical violence that devalues black life at every turn, from slavery to Jim Crow, from the schools to prison pipeline. The innocence, protection of black children has always been a dream deferred. The problem is that Graham's actions do not assure that her son and legions like him will survive childhood. Recall the uncle who in 2011 posted a video recording himself beating his teenage nephew for posting gang messages on Facebook. Acting out of love and fear, he whipped him in front of everybody, but months later he was found dead anyway. Praising Graham distracts from the hard truth. It doesn't matter how black children behave, whether they throw rocks at police, burn a CVS, join gangs, walk home from the store with candy in their pockets, listen to rap music in their car with their friends, play with toy guns in the park, or simply make eye contact with the police officer. They risk being killed and blamed for their own death because their black youth are rarely viewed as innocent or worthy of protection. I'm going to leave it right there.
Wow. I want to say, sorry I was quiet, but I was having a coughing fit over here, drinking a milkshake, and I shouldn't be having that. But anyway, I know because it's got me all jacked up, cow stuff. But anyway, I wanted to say, because I totally understand and feel what Sister Zinga was saying. And as she was talking, I was thinking back how even back on, those who were on the plantations and places like that, where they actually begin to dumb down their children just to keep them alive, to keep them from getting whipped, to keep them from being eaten and beaten and all this other stuff. So the mother, what we do as mothers is we get afraid, and we try to come at them to keep them safe, and we teach them to dumb down. We teach them to accept whatever's coming their way. Just basically, if it's not going right for you, just go pray about it. And I think that's what the brother was saying when he called in earlier. We keep teaching our children that, turn the other cheek, pray about it, and all this other stuff. My whole stance of the situation is this. I personally would have not went out there, and I know what I would have done. I'm not going to say I don't know what I would have done in the situation. I know me, and I know how I would have reacted. I would have not went out there because I would have had in my mind, first of all, I'm not going to beat my son and give these pink folks the satisfaction of watching me beat my child in front of everybody. I'm not going to do that. Secondly, I'm not going to have him dumbed down in front of nobody. I'm going to take my son, and if I'm going to pop him inside his head and beat his ass, I'm going to do that in the confinement of our own privacy, because that's between me and my son. It's not for everybody else. It's just me saying. Not all mothers are different, so I can't speak for other mothers. Yeah. I'm just saying we got to look at the whole situation because, yes, I tried, I have a 17-year-old son, and I have a 26-year-old. He'll be 26 next week. I have a 26 and a 17-year-old son, and believe me, me trying to talk to them, well, especially the youngest one, because the older one already doing his thing, but trying to talk to him and trying to talk to him in a way where I'm teaching him how to be strong, but at the same time, I'm not trying to get him to dumb down. I don't want him to dumb down. Now, the scary part about that is, well, if he doesn't dumb down, they're going to try to hurt my child. So I go through that too. But I had to make a decision. Am I going to teach him how to dumb down like they did on the plantation, or am I going to teach him another way to do that? And that was my whole stance. If I'm going to tell my son, don't be out here rioting, don't be out here, well, again, I don't know if they was rioting or about to riot or whatever, but if I teach my son, don't be out here protesting, because I'm like you, Dr. Yaffa, and you, KJ, it's not going to do us any good. We've been rioting and marching and stuff forever. It's not doing us any good. We've been praying and crying the boo-hoo forever, waiting on the Savior forever. None of that stuff is working. But we can't continue to go to the youth and say, don't do this, without giving them a solution. We have to have a solution for them. So I'm not going to go out there and beat my son and tell him, you're not going to be out here. You're not going to be another Freddie Gray. You're not going to do – no. I don't want you to be another Freddie Gray, but let's talk about this, because I understand your frustration, but we got to come up with a solution how we can deal with this without having the scene that we just had. That's just my stance on the situation. But like I said, all mothers are different, and I'm not criticizing any of them. I'm not even criticizing her to an extent, because that's her child. I mean, if that's how she disciplines her child, it is what it is. But again, I'm not gonna do that to a young so-called black man, my son, in front of all these people, to give them the satisfaction to put it on video, to pass it around the country, to make my son an example of how black mothers are going to treat their children when they're out there doing something that we feel is not right. That's just me.
Right.
So.
Or doing something that they feel they don't have really a choice in doing, because the grown folks ain't doing nothing. The grown folks, their parents ain't doing nothing. They still being shot down and killed.
They're in church. Right. That's what they're doing. They're in church, and again, like I said before, the sister was like, my pastor's going to kill me. That indicates to me that you're a church goer, and you concerned about your pastor right now. You concerned about your pastor after what just happened between you and your son in front of the world? You worried about your raggedy pastor? Are you serious right now? I'm not the one. I don't miss me with that. Wow. This right here is serious. And see, your son has to deal with this for the rest of his life, that you took him out there and embarrassed him.
He's going down in history.
You could have done a different way. Exactly.
He's still a young man. He's going down in history.
Exactly. He's still a young man. He's still a so-called black young man, and he still got to go to school. He still got to be dealing with everybody that he's around. And I just think that was the wrong way to do it. But, again, that's how she felt to handle it, or any other mothers, then, more power to them. I'm just speaking for Makia. Makia wouldn't have handled it that way. I know for a fact I wouldn't have handled that way, because I've been in situations with my son where I had to really get my – and I think, the more times that we are evolving, then and knowing that we're open to what's happening, we have to not put our fear off on our children, because we're fearing what can happen to them. Because I've done this. That's why I know. We fear what can happen to them, but we got to be wise about that and not pushing our fear off on them instead of or not pushing our fear off on them, but, in fact, teaching them and talking to them about what is happening, what they do, how they are. Because my children know. This is when they come to me, Mom, this happened to me, this person, this, and I have to tell them people are like that. And I sit down and explain to him and how he needs to conduct himself and how he is intelligent enough to get his point across without degrading himself or bringing himself down to other people's level who don't know how to control themselves. So it's all a teaching thing. So anyway, let's go and grab another caller, I guess, 615, because I want to get to Dr. Yaffa has some really good information to share with us, and I want to do that before we leave.
I don't think I can cover it in 30 minutes.
You don't think so?
I don't see it happening. I doubt it.
Okay.
But go ahead, bring on the next caller. I'll tell them about what's up with the DNA testing instead.
Okay. So 615, area code 615. Where are you calling from? Your first name, please.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, you talking to me?
615.
Okay, look, this is a sister from the the 60s in Greenville, Mississippi. Now, when I was 4 years old, not to take nothing from nobody's mother, I raised 3 sons all by myself. Okay? When I was 4 years old, ain't nowhere in the world my mother would have done that. She had me on the front line, and I stayed there till I got 19. When I look back now to see my children getting shot down in the streets and just terrorized, it takes me back to when I was 6. And I have to go back with Mabel Staples, and that's my cousin, and listen to all those revolutionary songs that she sang. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing to change. And as long as we keep on looking for this great white hope, they started putting us, burying us in the ground, and they taking this black man life. If anybody should have been out there, it should have been the policemen's mamas out there beating the hell out of them and taking their damn guns. Say that. It should have been they mamas out there in the damn street taking their guns and blackjack and beating the hell out of them, because they don't play well with us.
Well, you have to remember, most law enforcement, not all, but most law enforcement agents have anger issues. So
I know.
Either they were bullied in school or they were bullied in school, most of them, and as a result, they weren't what you call properly home trained anyway, most of them, and they take their vengeance out on the people in the street, and whether people know it or not, they go home and beat the hell out of their wives, kick their dogs, beat their children too.
The highest divorce rate is the policeman. I have an oldest son. He turned 38 today. 38. Do you know he don't speak to me, haven't spoke to me in years. 15. Yeah. I paid for him to go to academy. I paid 4 years for him to go to college. Do you know that I'm just baffled. He go into other people's houses and tell the young children and the older black men, don't treat your mama like this. Don't do this to your mama. And I bet you don't even tell the young people that he don't even speak to his mama.
Wow.
Now, you talking about a psychological problem? I wanted to say fuck up, but I know I ain't supposed to use that word on the air from Fisk University. I used to talk over Fisk University. They say, well, you can't say that 4-letter word. I said, what you talking about, love? He said, no, the F word. I said, oh, fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my son. He turned 38 today. Mhm. And I got one a mechanic and one 18-wheeler technician, and then I got one working at a fast food restaurant, a manager. My 38-year-old son don't even speak to me, and he's been a sergeant detective and won't even speak to me. But he's going to go to somebody else's house and tell a mother, tell a son how to treat their mama? That's psychologically effed up.
They don't practice what they preach.
Thank you. Thank you. You need I say more? Huh?
But you're saying back when you was a little girl, I mean, I just reiterated what you said because that was very interesting. You saying back when you was a little girl, your mother, it wasn't like your mother wouldn't have came out there. She would have come out there and, beat
No, ma'am. My mother had a picket sign on the front of me and on my back in front of stores. My mother was the one when Dr. King and them Jew girls used to come down to Greenville, Mississippi, we had to hide them. Ain't nowhere in the world my mama would have done that to me. Ain't no way. And the only reason why I ain't out there with them because my feet, I done got tired of marching. They don't do nothing but hurt.
You're a brother?
Huh?
I thought you were a sister. You're a brother?
No,
a brother. What
this
you
is
say?
A sister, right? Well, I'm confused. I thought we were talking about the disrespect of brothers, and we're talking about you now as if you can comprehend
my son. My son is the sergeant detective. Yeah,
all
my
right.
son. My 38-year-old son.
But you said he's 8. Oh, 38. Okay. All right.
38.
I'm with you now.
38.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out, what? Got it.
Oh, I got it.
38. No, I went through all that march. And you know something? Everybody in Greenville, Mississippi knew about Emmett Till, too.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about that brother to this day.
I was 45
that
minutes
was one of the worst that we know about.
Yes, ma'am.
He wasn't the only one either. He was just
no, he wasn't the only one.
Most spoken of. A lot of these brothers in the news are not the only ones. This is happening to lots. Girls, you open that door. This is happening to lots of brothers, but it's not making the media. And people think it's, Yaffa, they're killing our brothers. And, and I'm like, they've been assassinating us since they got here. Yeah, but they're doing it more. I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're not doing it any more than they ever have. It's about the same. The thing is, like I said before, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, they don't report it. You're hearing about it more because of media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, people with cameras on their cell phones. They've been killing brothers at the same rate pretty much as they jumped off the boats, as far as I'm concerned. I don't see no difference.
I don't see no different either. I mean, I'm 59. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 59. So I've been looking at this since I was 4. That's 53 years, and ain't nothing done changed. We get out there and march and tear up stuff. You know something? I'm just gonna keep it quiet and say it like it is. Them white girls, they need to go do something with them boys. They need to fucking hurry up quick and do something with them boys. Because they crazy. No, that's a good word. They insane. Insanity. They keep doing the same old thing over and over again, expecting different results, but getting the same thing. They are. And I think they like it. Ma'am?
No, I was just saying they are. Their first teacher.
Yeah.
Their mamas.
That's where they learn the game from. That's where they learn the game. Any child, dad at home, at work, you sitting around your mama 24/24. You learn your game from your mama.
Say that again.
You learn your game from your mama, and she ain't teaching them little critters nothing but how to bang head. And at the end of the day, she got what's coming, what they rob and rape and take everything from everybody and call you a nigger. Man, we made the dryer. Did you know that? We invented the dryer.
You can't get through a day without running through the stuff we invented. Can't get through a day. I don't care who you are in this country. And it wasn't just so-called black people. It was my niggas of the United States of America in particular.
Thank you.
Okay? You don't get through a day without using something that we made.
Chickasaw, Cherokee, and Navajo tribe. Don't forget us.
I hope you're talking about the ancient ones and not these new folks on these reservations.
Oh, no, girl. Them crackers are perpetrating a fraud.
Right. Identity thieves.
They ain't the real deal.
Some of them are mixed, but most of them are identity thieves. They probably don't know it, but some of them know.
Yeah, identity thieves. They stole all our identity. We don't have no Social Security number of theirs. We don't know where they was born of theirs. We don't have nothing of theirs. But you just like this telephone call. They eavesdropping. I know it, but I don't care. You're killing my children out there, and I don't like it. And they got FEMA camps going up. They got hemp, heart, and all that stuff. We got to do something besides pray and march.
So
Real talk. Well, Mother,
the meaning of the mind or something got to make us move because they killing us and they liking it too.
Real talk. I want to personally thank you for calling in because, listen, I do appreciate you calling in. That's all I got to say. I really do appreciate you calling in.
I'm going to leave this with the mothers. My mother never would have done that. I'm a Mississippi queen. Thanks a lot.
Dear. Thank you, my sister.
You're welcome, my sister. Harambe.
Okay, family. That I like that. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I like that. I like that. Thank you for calling in, sis. Okay, so I guess we're gonna move on to the next caller. We got two more callers. Hold on. So let me go ahead and grab. Is it another 615? 615. The last digits are 56. You're on the air.
Yeah, peace, sisters. This is
Hi,
I got a serious question. I always hear the the woman is the first teacher of the child, and when we talk about this fight against, racism, white supremacy of the system, whatever, it's always talking about the black man, basically, versus the white man in a sense. But don't you think that, obviously, are white women producing soldiers? If they're teaching their children, what is the black woman? The war between the black woman and white woman needs to be, I think, a little bit more emphasized. If she's the one producing, babies to rule your babies, then we got to say, then, what are they doing and teaching their children that we're not teaching ours? Like, why are they producing these men to want to dominate? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you know where I'm going, but like, what's going on in terms of?
That's what the sister just said. I personally, this is empathy. I personally feel exactly what you're saying, because yes, they're birthing their children, they're raising their children, and they're training their children, and our children don't even go to. Remember, they used to. Well, when I was coming up in school, I was part of the Girl Scouts, the Brownies, and all that, which took us out and told us how to, survive in the hood. Not the hood, but the woods. How to start a fire and survive. Our children today don't even know if they have to go out and survive. They don't even know how to start a fire. We as mothers. And fathers too, but I'm speaking as a mother because I'm not a father. But as a mother, it's my duty as a first teacher to train my children, to get them prepared, that like they're doing there. So I totally follow what you're saying, if that's what you're saying.
Yes. You think black women should be more on alert? Like I said, it's always like the white man, and like, should black women take this more personal in terms of their war with white women?
I personally do, but that's just me. I don't know about anybody else, but I do. I agree. So.
Because they always
wait,
say,
what was the question?
Because they always act like it's the white man that's dominating the black male. But if we're saying that the woman is the first teacher, she's the producer, then I think that we're letting the white woman off the hook. Wouldn't it be more the white woman is dominating the black female?
Well, since everybody's quiet, I'm going to do some more talking.
I'm not quiet. I'm trying to let everybody finish talking.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got the interruption thing going on bad, and I thought it was a dialogue between you and him, and I was waiting on you two to stop. And then I heard Empress P say, "What was the question?" So I'm just laying back.
Well, I want to say this before. This is my last time, I guess. Well, probably not, but this is what I want to say to that. This is just from what I see. This is my observation. This is Empress P observation. What I see is that the world is actually becoming a browner, if you will, a browner place. However, the one who is going to be the mother of that new race that's happening with all the children mixing and everything, the one who's going to be ahead of that is the pink woman, because she's producing all of these children from the so-called black people, and their children look like our children now. Sometimes you can't even tell that they are, a mixed breed. But what I'm saying is this: is that after a while, it's going to be who is going to be the mother to all of these children. It's not going to be the black woman, the so-called black woman.
Exactly.
It is definitely going to be the so-called pink woman. And listen, they're the first teachers to their children, just like we're supposed to be the first teachers to our children. And so what I'm seeing is that in a few minutes, you ain't got to worry about the so-called black woman teaching nothing, because all those brown children are going to be, their mother is not going to be us.
Yeah. Well, let me just clarify. What I'm saying is I think that black males are definitely more aware of the war on them. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
But at the same time, I think the black woman should maybe get a little bit more militant herself, because we always say, I hear people saying things like, the problem has been like, the kind of the patriarch thing, and we gotta put the sisters back in power and stuff like that. They're the ones that teach the children, the mother of civilization. And I think there's a deflection on the war because we always focus on the white man. You know what I'm saying? But if the woman is really the force behind things, then she's hiding in the dark. And I'm just saying, sisters need to step up and take that personal. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if you listen to Dynasty Network in the last 3 years, the sisters on this network, we take it personal. We're taking it personal, and
what does Yaffa Bay got to say about that?
Well, she's coming.
The show do got something to say, but I'm just sitting up waiting on a minute here because it's like, Yaffa, you got this bad habit of running your mouth when it ain't your darn turn. First of all, when it comes to melanin-rich families, for lack of better words, I don't like the word families because it means servants and slaves and whatever, but the melanin-rich kinfolk, the matriarch is the first teacher for the so-called paler skin, or what people erroneously call white. I'm not colorblind, so they don't look white to me. They look pink to me, if I know my colors. So-called pink people, or so-called white people that really are pink, those people their mother is really not their first teacher. You have to remember, in that family, the father is the first teacher, because we are a matriarchal people. They are a patriarchal people. In their societies, in their culture, the man dominates, the woman does as she's told, or gets her goddamn face knocked off in their families. And a lot of our brothers are starting to behave that way, or trying to be like that. But that patriarchal system that they set up, it systemically is misogynistic. It does not like women of any kind at all. It doesn't like our women, don't like their own women. Doesn't like melanin-rich people at all. And it's predominantly a boy-loving, boy-chasing culture. You're talking about a culture where the father can come in drunk, or he can be overly Christian, beat down everybody, climb in the bed with the woman, climb in the bed with the son, climb in the bed with the daughter, and that's all good and okay. Not all, but that's the culture. So a lot of these young people these young men that you guys call white, have massive anger issues, personality issues, and gender bender issues because of the way they're raised. And their mother doesn't run anything, for the most part, in their families except their mouth. It's almost like the Asian cultures, even though they're not as abusive. You don't run nothing in these other cultures. When you're in so-called India, the man dominates. When you're in so-called Asia, the man dominates. When you're in Europe, the man dominates. When you're in America around melanin-rich people, the sister dominates. So the culture is coming from that anger position, a lot of hostility towards melanin, a lot of hostility towards women that comes from that culture, and it makes those men angry with their mothers for allowing them to be beaten by their drunken fathers, or raped by their drunken fathers, or watching their mothers get the hell beat out of them and the crap beat out of them. They wind up with these issues, and they go out in the world and take it out on everybody. And it looks to everybody out here on the melanin-rich side of the fence like, oh, why do they hate us? Oh, they're racist. A lot of them just have anger issues. A lot of it is personal. A lot of them have no home training at all, because for the most part, a lot of their young men, if the father is not around raising them, a lot of them are damn near raising themselves. I mean, that's real talk. They're kind of on their own. With our women, we don't allow our men to raise themselves because we know about the hostility from the other side, but we don't know where it stems from. We think it's about us. It has nothing to do with us. A lot of their issues are theirs, and we're just on the receiving end of their personal hostilities against themselves, against their mothers, against their fathers, against whatever the scenario is. A lot of them would be so glad if their raping, mother-beating fathers would leave home. I wish this drunken, a lot of them are like, I hate my daddy. I wish this drunken ass would leave. But our people don't know that about their culture. A lot of our fathers are not around but need to be, because they're not like, then you got a lot of our people nowadays that have lost their mind. They're drunken and, beating on women and beating on children and raping babies too. That is not normal for us. But a lot of our people are becoming infected like that. Unfortunately, it is normal for their culture, and a lot of them, because they've been in America for a while, are getting more sane. But they keep allowing more and more crazy people in from Europe that haven't acquired the sanity yet to keep this crazy going on. And it looks like racism to us when it's just, I hate myself, I hate my mama, and I'm going to take it out on everybody because I don't know what else to do. That's really what it boils down to. And the patriarchs over there are running the house when they're there. The brothers around here do run stuff, but then again, they don't. Even when there's a brother in the house, a lot of times he'll go to work and he'll come home and he hands the money over to the mother and she handles the bills and she handles the children. He just handles bringing in the bacon. He handles the children when there needs to be a disciplinary scenario going on. In their families, the father is dominating all the time. You're just my wife. You're just my woman. Shut up, woman, and sit down. That's not normal for our culture, even though we're adopting strange culture and strange practices.
I have
so
one more question.
Not sister to sister. Go ahead.
And thanks for that. I appreciate it. I got one more question. In the midst of these riots and stuff like that, I hear, some people against it say, oh, people are tearing up their own communities. Some people say we're going to get killed. What should we fight? That's the question. As mothers, would you tell your son, hey,
as a
go
mother,
ahead and
when
die
it
if
comes
you
time
got
to fight,
to?
go stealth first. See, that's what we do wrong. Because we don't control a lot of stuff out here as far as the media, the newspaper, the radios, the YouTube, Facebook, Blog Talk. We don't control the media or the banking or any of the industry. Whenever something goes wrong, we have through them in order to express our rage. So they always know how we feel. They always know what we're doing. And unfortunately, they have a tendency to know what our moves are going to be because in order to get our moves out there, we almost have to go through them, even their telephones, to share what it is we're going to do. We, on the other hand, don't always know what they're doing or going to do because they get white on us and we go humanity on them. What we're going to have to do, if you're going to go to battle, you're going to have to start going stealth. You cannot decide that you're going to go marching and rioting and making a bunch of noise, and some of this is a setup, I know, but you can't start out here making a bunch of noise and then go into battle mode because everybody's prepared for you because you already let them know you're coming. We do better getting goddamn quiet, like the so-called Jews, like the so-called Mexicans, like the so-called Asians. They get quiet and people just start, after a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, people just start popping up dead because there are enemies. For when you're in law enforcement, you have enemies all over the place, on the force, off the force, look like you, look like us. It's not always a blue and white or black and white or blue and red scenario when you're dealing with law enforcement. So if brothers are going to get on the combat warrior modality, they are going to have to start getting quiet, shutting the fuck up, and going stealth for a while.
Yeah,
and let everybody think it's cool and nothing's up.
What I mean by fight is, like just all out, like, I know the odds are against this. Just like should it just be all out war? How are you
gonna win an all out war with them? It's not possible. Right now you're outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered. They're gonna come in with tanks, and what you gonna go out there with your 45 or your 38? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out with machine guns and the whole 9 yards, and maybe you have a rifle. And a lot of our people that had guns turned them in for cash and food stamps and all kind of crazy shit. It's like, are you people serious? So, and then you got a lot of our would-be warriors incarcerated, so who's going to fight this fight? The old, the elderly, the young, extremely young? So, to me, if you're going to go toe-to-toe with them in a combat military-style fight, you're not likely to win because, one, you don't know the art of war. We were discussing that earlier. You don't know about organ generators. You don't know about spirituality. If you're going to go to war with these people, if you're melanin rich, you're going to have to come with your own internal, personal, spiritual power because even if you had the guns, they're going to put people on the front line that look like you, and it's going to be brother killing brother before you get anywhere near them. They ain't going to put George Bush Jr. or anybody else on the front line with you. They're going to find law enforcement in your community that looks like you to go up against you. Or they're going to find a bunch of law enforcement that looks like them to go up against you. But the people that are the real problem, that are the higher-ups, that don't care about any of us at the bottom, as long as we're fighting one another about race and color and income and who works and who don't, who's paying for who, or whatever the case may be, we're not going to get anywhere. And the people at the top just sit back and laugh all the way to the bank because it doesn't matter who's dying on what side of the fence. They're collecting on the insurance policies.
Yeah, I personally believe that we don't have nothing to lose, even though the odds are against us, and that
You're gonna have to go stealth.
Yeah, and that
I can't stress that enough.
We can, bigger bullies have been taken down. David and Goliath.
They are bullies, but they were taken down with stealth. Geronimo and all our brothers that were fighting them were fighting in stealth mode. They were outmanned, outgunned, outnumbered, but they knew about quiet, stealth, and sneak. Kurt, go close that refrigerator door.
Yeah, I mean, don't underestimate our people, though. These
I don't.
they ain't been gang banging for nothing out here.
I underestimate our capacity to utilize stealth.
Yeah.
And secrecy. We need to amp up. If you're going to, I don't know what to tell you about fighting, but if anybody's going to try to get out here and fight in an all-out war, niggas better get secret, they better plan, and they better get stealth.
Yeah, definitely.
It's almost like the underground railroad. You better have places to run, places to duck, weapons hidden here and there. We don't have it like that, in my opinion. You need to know about chemicals. You need to know about poisons. You need to know about herbal plants that can be medicines. Our people they know too much about your plan, in my opinion, and opinions are like a-holes, it's just mine. They know too much about our plans because we have to make almost all of them through their mediums, one way or another, for us to go about being stealth. And even when you try to go stealth, you don't know which melanin-rich individual they planted amongst you as a goddamn agent that's going to come and report back to them for pay or out of threat. Yo, man, you going to do this or we going to go kill your mama. Ain't that your son with the warrants out for his arrest? We going to throw him in the prison, make sure he get raped every day if you don't. So we going to have to learn about stealth. We haven't even learned who is who on our team. We all look the same, but we're not all the same, and we're not all on the same team.
I think
and it's not black and white either.
We need to move on.
I'm going to call back while you move on to the next caller.
I
know. Go ahead. I'm going to hang up before we get cut off.
Okay. King, I thank you for calling in. Thank you for your questions. I do want to say that I do want to clarify something that I was saying, and pretty much when I talked about us being the first teachers, I was not speaking of our children once they are entered into this. Okay, Dr. Yaffa's back. I was not speaking of our children from entering after they enter into the world. When I say that the mothers are the first teacher, this is me personally. I'm actually speaking from the moment that they are in the womb. What do they call it? Utero.
9 months gestation. While you're making them, the 9 months that you take to put them together, like a good piece of leather.
So what I'm saying when you hear me make a statement that the women are the first teachers, whether they so-called black or pink or whatever, when I say that they're the first teachers, I'm talking about the children listen and learn from their mother in the womb. They haven't even gotten to the earth yet. They haven't even gotten completely around their dads yet. They might have their dads around or whatever, but for the most part, they're with their mother. Wherever their mother is, that's where they are. Wherever their mother is hearing, that's what they hear. Whatever their mother is eating and drinking and feeling, that's what they feel. They're picking up the emotions of their mother. They're learning everything that they're going to be knowing before they get to this earth from their mother. That's why I say that the mother is the first teacher. So
right. That's what I was saying in terms of what they're manufacturing. But yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. But I hear you. What you're saying.
All right.
But thanks for taking my call, man. Y'all have a good night, good conversation.
Thank you, King. Thanks for
calling. Harambe.
Okay, so we got about 6 minutes left before the chat room closed down. So if you're in the chat room, I'm going to take these next two calls. See, one of them hung up, so I guess he got tired of waiting. But I'm going to take 502. You're listening to Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. And, again, we won't be back on next month. So go to our website, dynastynetwork.net, to keep up when we are going to be going, when, if we come back on, and all the other shows that we have on Dynasty Network, because we bring information. This is what we do. We've been doing this for 3 years, bringing you information from all types of people, well, our people, I should say, but this is what we do. So let me go ahead and grab 502. Where did you go, 502? Oh, there you are. 502, where are you calling from, and your first name, please?
I'm calling from Indiana. This is Osiris. What's up, everyone?
Well, hello, peace and love, and Harambe.
Yes, I have a question for Yaffa. What do we do on Facebook? You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on in our country. And, you know, you got several people in your Facebook list or whatever, and they post stuff that you don't like, I've been seeing posts like, it looks like Planet of the Apes out here. We should call the military and have them come in and shoot people. What do you say to these people? Do you just delete them, or you just continuously watch them?
On my Facebook page? I haven't seen any.
Not on yours, on mine, or anyone, for that matter, that have mixed people in their Facebook list.
About as far as being military style, combative and warrior like?
No, just like when you
or
see
just
videos
anything.
of all, like you see videos of Baltimore, people are posting about the news and whatnot. People have opinions. Well, you know, some of their opinions might be racist or prejudiced or just downright threatening. What do you do with these people? Or your so-called friends, or they're your Facebook friends, and they're writing stuff like, "Oh, it looks like Planet of the Apes out there." Do we write back to these people? Do we delete them, or do we continuously watch them?
I can only tell you what I would do. I can't tell you what you should do. One, I don't do the friend aspect of Facebook. You know, when I first started, a few people slipped through the cracks. It's like, and I'm trying to figure out how to unfriend them without insulting them, because I don't really deal with the friend. I don't even know what that means. As far as people posting, they can post anything they want. They can say anything they want. Somebody just posted something on my website that can be construed as very inflammatory under the videos page, and I left it there. I didn't edit anything. I didn't delete anything. I haven't responded to them yet. I will, but I respond when I want to respond, and if I don't want to respond, I don't respond. I wouldn't delete it, even if it was something that was attacking me. The only time I delete things is like, yo, you trying to advertise over here and you putting commercials up over here, and this has nothing to do with what you posted it under, so I just delete that. But generally, I don't remove it. You respond if you want to respond. Don't respond if you don't want to respond.
How do you, if you wanted to respond, what would you say to a person that, even if it's a person you know, but because things have changed in the nation, people are starting to show their true colors? How do you respond to a person saying looks like the Planet of the Apes out here or in Baltimore?
It depends on whether or not you agree with what they said. How you respond depends on how you feel about what they said. If it's somebody melanin rich talking about Planet of the Apes, or I'm assuming this is somebody so-called white talking about somebody so-called black, Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Now, see, people don't want to go there with me, because, see, I judge people on an individual basis. But as much as I try not to be insulting to people, I know at times I do. I would be the first one to be like, well, I don't know what you mean by apes, because the last time I checked, when you shave them puppies, they're pink and pale under the fur. So last time I checked, melanin rich people are not remotely related to apes, because under the fur, they don't look remotely like us. Excuse you. I think those are your people. You're getting your relatives confused. I think you're getting your kinfolks confused. I'm just saying, you know, I can be vicious, but I make every effort not to, unless people start getting vicious with me. It's hard to say. Depends on how you catch me on a given day. But I've taught my listeners the information they need to know, not so they could go out and be vicious with people, but so you know enough to back them the hell up off of you. But when I'm done with you, you ain't going to have a whole lot to say back to me. Because I'm going to say something else, and I'm going to insult your insult and make you look like an asshole.
I have tried to report them when they're talking about killing of black people, or using code words like, you know, you have the Harrier or the Marines or whatnot come into Baltimore and start shooting people. stuff like that.
Well, if they want to kill black people, the first thing you tell them is black means bleached up and pale, so you must be talking about yourself. You guys are black. We're not black, so what are you talking about?
Right.
You know, I come back at them like that. But see, that's what they want. The people that are behind this, that's exactly what they want. They want people pulling at one another at the bottom so they can come in and take everybody down.
Right.
These people that are pale are going to get the reality check of their life real soon if they don't wake up.
Of course. So thanks, Yaffa. Take my question.
Did that help? Did that answer it for you?
Yeah, it's just Facebook, Twitter. It's too much stimuli, too much negativity. You know, I got my family here, and we're already in a suit, as you know. It's too much. And then you got your friends and stuff like that, and people are starting to show their true colors.
Well, they can't be your friends if they're talking to you like that unless you're pale-skinned also. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, they're not talking
and they
to
think
me like
you feel
that.
way.
They don't talk to me like that, but it's just when their comments. People think you just comment on something, no one sees it. Well, someone might see it, and then if it's inflammatory or rude or whatnot, you know, you get judged by that.
Oh, I thought they were posting this kind of stuff on your page. Okay.
Okay, no, they would just have to come see me. No. No, it's just on videos. You know, there's been a lot of videos being posted about Baltimore or this or that. People start showing their true colors by what they comment on. And I've been finding that their comments have been, you know, a little prejudiced and racist and scary at times.
That's because they are probably a troll, and part of what they're supposed to do is to incite hostility between the people to get them, to help them launch the whole military occupation of the, because people have been trying to overthrow the United States since it got set up. That's what people do not know. And they're going to use this race and color game or this law enforcement versus so-called black people when it's really law enforcement against the people. They're going to use that to further their agenda if people keep falling for it. And they keep using the trigger button of color and gender and who's straight and who's gay. They use the triggers to get people all riled up under the skin. A lot of the people that are posting it, they may feel that way, but some of these people I think are paid to put that kind of crap out there to incite nonsense between the people, because that's going to help them further their agenda on taking a lot of people out, taking a lot of people down. So if they're going to try to bring in the military against melanin-rich people in America, what they're saying in so many words is we are getting ready to try the death blow on the melanin-rich, autochthonous, aboriginal, indigenous people that were found here, a massive act of genocide, but they're not calling it what it is because they got everybody thinking that we're from Africa when they know that we're the people they found here.
Right.
Despite the lies the DNA testing companies are telling. And we're at a point now where we shouldn't spend any more revenue or Federal Reserve notes on any more DNA tests. None. All of these companies either have been infiltrated or have been advised to start giving our people zeros. Most of our people are starting to get zeros now.
I was told yesterday by some family members that we are potentially 17%. They even showed me the pictures of autochthonous people, in my family. But I don't have the paperwork. You know, people forget last names and birth certificates. Some of that stuff is just impossible. So what other means would you get besides if the DNA is not going to help you to prove your claim to this land here?
Well, we're approximately 10 to 90%, to tell you the real truth. But they're doing just like Walter Ashby Plecker. Walter Ashby Plecker did paper documentational genocide and wiped us out. And it wasn't just him, it was people like him and agencies that followed his lead, like California's Bureau of Vital Statistics followed his lead. Anybody that was Aboriginal, Indigenous, Autochthonous, American, they were reclassified as Negro and Mulatto. If your birth certificate says Negro and Mulatto, that's code word for reclassified Americans. Okay? Now they're doing it with the DNA. They're doing DNA genetic genocide. They're trying to reclassify us as African when they know damn well we are what's left of what they found here. They know that. And if they were being honest and had any integrity, most of us would come up with at least 15% on average, at least. Okay? At least, as far as American DNA. But we are what's left of the copper-colored races that they found here. So when they say, no, you're zero American and you're 95, they told one brother, you're 100% sub-Saharan African. Now, his oldest child is 51 years old. He's been in this country as far as he can remember, and so have his ancestors, but he's 100% sub-Saharan African. I don't think any melanin-rich person in America is 100% anything, okay? Especially not. So you'd have to basically jump off a boat or plane from somewhere in Africa today or within the last year or 5 years to be 100% sub-Saharan African. You cannot have been here. And that's another thing. If everybody's traced back to Africa through Lucy, how is it that you guys have all of these Europeans that come up with no African DNA, but you can find enough Neanderthal on everybody to drop that monkey on folks? And he's supposed to be extinct, but you can't find the African in the European or the American in the so-called African-American. Y'all playing games. It's a Ponzi scheme, and my people have better things to do with $100 to $200 than throw it at you people for you to tell us we're zero and completely try to disinherit us from the land. Because,
is there another way to prove it?
I don't even want to say on air because, man, every time I say something on air, they start changing shit. But I told my listeners when we first started doing DNA tests that they needed to move on it. I told people over the phone, waited 1 to 2 months before I said it on air, and a couple of months later, it's all a wipe. It's all a wipe. Yes, there's something else we can do. Absolutely. But if I say it on air, they'll start messing with that.
You have to
have to hit me up.
Okay.
Yeah, you can call me. You got the number? You can call me, 3928-6155. Yeah. Feel free to call. I'll tell you the other option. You know, for those of us that slipped through the DNA cracks and got some American, we're going to have to stand up for those that did not. Your kinfolk are who the hell you say they are. Real talk.
Right. Right. Thank you, Yaffa.
Okay. You're very welcome. Yeah, because all three of the Ancestry by DNA have started giving us zeros. The Mormons at Ancestry.com have started giving us zeros. And the company that had the most integrity I have ever seen, Ancestry by DNA, they have also started giving us zeros. It's time to stop giving them Federal Reserve notes for them to play games with people. I don't think so.
All right. We do have one more caller with a hand up, so let's grab that before we get out of here. Not grab that. I'm not calling you that caller. grab your hand before we get out of here. 860, peace of love. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Empress T. How y'all doing?
Hey, you sound very tired and sleepy.
No, you know. Well, at times not astonished, but it may be tonight. Not what I hear, but a lot of things still. And the interesting thing about it, even with the callers tonight about their opinions and their feelings towards this situation, at the end of the day, and I'm a man first, most for anything else, that times to all the youth that are soldiers and warriors, because a lot of them are, get it in their heart or not, I tell them this, at the end of the day, you must do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Because you only have one life to live. And at times, the system will push you and target you for anything, regardless if you try and do it stealth or anything. But no, say if you know what is will that is right and just, I say do it. Because they were not gonna let up or take it easy enough of the warriors out there that's doing what they're doing right now in Baltimore. I mean, I see what's going on right now, and people feel it's a bad thing and everything. But those ones that saying the things about are the scared Negroes. Because it shows us as we're that the ones that don't do nothing have failed. And those said you sit back with your hands folded and let your own young people or get murdered in all types of fashion. Besides just the physical murder, but everywhere, in all aspects, from religion to food, all this stuff. Either you know or do not know. So you sit back and fold your hand and watch the destruction. So what goes on with these youth that's doing it is expected, and at times they're the only ones that are responding the way they have, only way they can respond. The only thing I don't like about it is they are destroying the ghettos are the place that we don't really control, which, they call neighborhoods, because in a neighborhood you have to really control the economic and everything because they're yours, and we don't really control that. But then it is a place you sit and sleep and live. That's one thing I don't like about it. And the business, if there are black businesses, you should not really take a minute to destroy that. That's the only thing I would say about that. Because, at the end of the day, we got to keep some business that's ours that we don't want to be destroyed. Anything we're going to destroy, it should be theirs because they got the money and the insurance to refix back tomorrow. But let's, say, we ain't going to have it. Just don't destroy no black business. We can't fix back. But, they don't support enough to keep that going. Much less.
Okay.
And one question to Dr. Yaffa. The term Africa, where did that come from? Yeah, Dr. Yaffa Bey? That's my one question. If you're there.
Is she still there? Is she still there? Let me see. You know what? I don't even see her. Wait, hold on. Let me see. There she. Oh, wait. Here she is. Oh, there you are, Dr. Yaffa.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay. He asked you a question, Dr. Yaffa.
I was answering it, but the reason you couldn't hear me is somebody was ringing my phone as I was talking.
Okay.
No, the very first time that term Africa was utilized, it was coined by people you guys currently identify as white, applicable only to people that you currently identify as white when they were in the region that you now identify as Africa. The term African meant so-called white people in that region. It was like FUBU, for us, by us. They coined it for themselves, and now we claim it. African was originally them, black was originally them, ghettos were originally there, Slavs and Slavonias, the Slavic was originally there. We keep claiming all this crap that's not us. We've traded places. And it goes back to what I was going to talk about tonight, but we're out of time. And what it was is so important that unfortunately it has to be said, it has to be told. So I guess I'm either going to write an article about it or spend 30 minutes on my my Blog Talk channel at blogtalk.com/Dr. Yaffa Bey, DrYaffabey. It's only 30 minutes freebie. That's all I'm willing to do. Either I'm going to put it over there under Dr. Yaffa Bey at Blog Talk, or I'll put it on Facebook and my website. But I'm going to have to say it because it's extremely important and it needed to be said. So I don't know. We're claiming a lot of things that are not us. There's another guy named Roger G. Kennedy. God damn it, asshole. I'm on the phone. Excuse me. Roger G. Kennedy. Can you hear me, or am I being bleeped over with this phone call that's coming in now?
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Roger G. Kennedy wrote a book called Hidden Cities, HIDDENCITIES, Hidden Cities, by Roger G. Kennedy, who used to work for the Smithsonian Institute. He wrote this book. I guess he got a twang of consciousness, and he just couldn't do it anymore. So, he couldn't do it anymore. So he wrote this book, and he's basically saying, you people running around here calling yourselves African Americans. Remember, the Smithsonian, one of their jobs is to bury us over here, okay? You people running around calling yourselves African American, you need to start asking these people the hard questions that they cannot answer. Because at the end of the day, everybody at the top, never mind at the bottom, everybody at the top knows that the term African only means the conquered and subjugated people. That's what he said in the book. You guys need to ask them, if I'm African, you need to prove it. Exactly what tribe in Africa did you bring my ancestor from? What was their name? Where in Africa did you board them on a boat? Exactly how long was the journey? When and exactly did they dock in the Americas? Where did they deboard in the... If they cannot answer the questions, you need to stop claiming that stuff. He was trying to tell you without telling you, y'all ain't African. Think again. That's a pink boy. Roger G. Kennedy. Hidden Cities. When they say African, everybody at the top knows it only means the conquered and subjugated people. So if you're calling yourself African American, you need to do some research and you need to start asking questions. That's his way of telling you somebody is lying to you guys and y'all are accepting this stuff without any research.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Leo Africanus won't be one of those same publications that people keep referring to of the term Africa. Am I right?
That's almost like that Amerigo Vespuccio crap. All that's crap. Christopher Columbus. His name was Colon. There's a lot of lies going on out here, and they thought when they were writing them that our people would never learn how to read. Not only did we teach ourselves to read, we would become extremely adept, and even with the reading, they certainly didn't think we were going to get into etymology, despite the fact that language started with melanin-rich people. I'm not sure why they would think that, but it is what it is. And when they were first writing a lot of this crap, I don't think they thought we would uncover it. And it's, even though we've uncovered it, a lot of us that are out here trying to share it with our people are basically getting shot down because our people don't even want to accept it. These other people don't give you that much grief about because they know it's true. And if they don't know, they'll go see and be son of a gun. This is true. Our people, they start hollering about Jesus and the Lord and how you blasphemy and going to hell, and it's all some whole other crap with them. So, no, it's not about Scipio Africanus, who, unless I'm mistaken, either he was a so-called Moor, meaning mixed breed, originally back then, it meant mixed breed. God damn it, homie, can I get off the show? It meant like mixed breed. Either he was Moor and mixed breed, or he had a melanin-rich homosexual lover. So a lot of stuff is just not true. It's not true. And the so-called white people that were trying to tell the truth basically got balled out of the industry. It's like, get on board or get stepping. We running a game here, and you're going to either play this game or we're going to discredit you. But there are a lot of people out there that look like them that have tried to tell the truth about us.
I take it that some of the white people that are coming out with the truth are what we consider spiritually inclined. And the Spirit just moved them, to reveal the truth that their so-called white brothers are keeping under myths and lies.
Yeah. Was that a question? It sounded like a comment.
Well, it could be. It's more of a question than a comment. Because, it could be either or.
Yeah, I didn't hear the question aspect, so I don't know how to respond to it. Absolve me. It just sounded like a comment. I heard no question there.
Well, all right. Well, I was taking a question that these people that they call themselves white, that's bringing out truthfulness. I guess they must be more spiritually inclined, than the ones that are not. That's
okay, I'm gonna say this for the I hope I have to say this for the last time. Okay, these people that are melanin deficient, melanin recessive, what people currently identify erroneously as white or pale skinned people, they are not all the same. Some of them are so-called children of melanin-rich people. Some of them know it. They know they're passing for white. And some of them have no idea that they're melanin-rich, that are passing for white, because their ancestors didn't tell them the truth about how it was safer and easier to pass for so-called white. Okay? Then you have those that are Mother Nature mutant. Okay? Every now and then, Mother Nature spits out an albion or what's really is the word albino if you switch the O and the N, but albion, so-called albinos that are still some form of melanin-rich somebody with something going on with their skin. Then you have the curse of Canaan. Ham was never cursed to be black. That's a lie. Canaan was cursed to be bleached. The word black means bleached and pale. That was Canaan's curse, not Ham's curse. It was something Canaan did wrong as the youngest son of Noah, okay? Youngest son of Ham that he did, and Noah cursed him, not God. Noah cursed Canaan, not God cursing Ham. A lot of this stuff is misinformation. It's erroneous information. Some of it's straight out, flat out, bald-faced lies. Then you have these so-called melanin-rich people that kept inbreeding through incest, trying to keep the blood royal and this kind of nonsense. But they're still some kind of bleached-out, messed-up melanin-rich person. Then if you believe in the experiments, you have something that's a bunch of stuff. Then you have this thing called the Neanderthal that's none of us. Looks like man, looks like people, but it's more animal than not. And according to Michael Bradley, Pink Boy in Canada, at michaelbradley.info, that wrote The Chosen People from the Caucasus, as well as the White Man Inheritance or Iceman inheritance. He basically says that these chosen people of the Caucasus that they currently call the so-called Jew, which is really more the Ashkenazi Zionist type, they are more animal than not. He went over there all excited about seeing these God's chosen people in the Caucasus region. And when he got over there, he just got disgusted. He was like, this is some bullshit. Y'all too goddamn furry. Your arms are too damn long. And way too many of you mofos walk around on all fours for my liking. So he went back home and he wrote this book, The Chosen People of the Caucasus, from the Caucasus, to expose them. They're none of us. So-called white man's white man. They don't like so-called white people, don't like so-called melanin rich people, don't like their own people that they ain't on board with the agenda. Because they're none of us. So you can't always tell by somebody's skin color, but I know a lot of people don't care. I look at people as individuals whenever possible. So I'm saying that to say, if they're acting right, they probably you in the first damn place, whether they know it or not.
So
okay, we got to go. I'm sorry, King. Well, we got to get out of here. I do apologize. It's almost 10:30, and I do got to go. So I want to thank everybody for joining us on Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. And again, we will not be here next month. So make sure you tune in to DynastyNetwork.net so you can find out when the upcoming shows, things like that. I would like to invite you all to join me on Saturday for Life After Christianity 101. I do have a special guest on that show, and we are definitely going to be talking about the manipulation and the witchcraft that is happening in the churches. So make sure you tune in on Saturday, 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you all for joining us, myself, Empress T, and Dr. Yaffa Bay, and Sister Kenya Jones. And until we talk to you again, peace, for love, shalom, hotep, harambe.
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 Receipt.